George Baker, ETN 3, 1967 to 1970. Okay, I was in school, and after I got out of school, I was sent to the USS Hugh Purvis in August of 1967. And got on board on a Sunday, and Monday morning we sailed for Guantanamo Bay, Cuba for 3 weeks. So I got a real indoctrination very quickly. And then we came back from there, and we just did some small things. Went into Boston Harbor for dry dock for 5 months. And after that, we came out, and interesting experience when we left Boston. When you're in dry dock, you don't have a lot of fuel on board, and you don't have any ammunition on board. And we came out of there near the end of March in 1968, and we caught a storm a nor'easter off the coast of Northeast as we were sailing to New Jersey, and the 3-day trip took us 9 days. And we were in 60-foot seas. And if you have no idea what happens to a 2,200-ton destroyer in 60-foot seas, it bobs around like a cork in a bathtub. There were times the whole ship just came right out of the water, and it slammed down in, the whole ship would shake, you know. And you had to strap yourself in your rack because you couldn't stay in. And about 80% of the crew was seasick, so that was not a pleasant experience for a lot of guys. I didn't get seasick, and I don't know how. I was one of the few guys that was actually able to eat food. So, well, we were on this wonderful cruise, so that was an experience. It was very, very difficult for them to cook any food when you're in seas that violent, okay? And 80% of the crew was seasick, okay? And I won't tell you what it was like to walk down the interior. No one could go outside on the outside of the ship because the whole ship was covered in ice. And it was, I mean, we took some rolls that our captain said later, he has no idea how we recovered from them because the ship went over farther than he ever thought we would come back. You know, it was really, really violent. And you ended up spending a fair amount of time on watches because most of the guys were just throwing up somewhere, which is it was a pretty ugly point in time on that ship. I mean, it was really ugly and smelly. But, you know, you live through it and you get through it. Like I said, I was fortunate. I didn't get seasick. There was a 20-year radio man, I remember him, he said it was the first time in his career he ever got seasick. He'd never, ever experienced anything like that before. So it was a tough, tough trip down there. It really was. So, but we made it. You know, good God was watching out for us, and we got through it. But and we had enough fuel because the captain was concerned. Because, like I said, it was only supposed to be a 3-day trip, and it took us 9 days. You know, he was quite concerned whether we were going to run out of fuel. There's no way we'd have been able to do any refueling at sea in that kind of a storm. But we finally got through it. You know, so it was a pretty interesting experience. So.